In a world full of fear comes a podcast by Catherine and Drew Pardee. Season 3, Episode 3 of Let's Party, Prayer, and Punk Rock. Rated H for hilarity!
Oh my goodness.
That was awesome.
It is awesome to watch you be my hot drummer husband.
Oh, whatever, my hot bassist wife.
I'm gonna be that one day for you, I promise.
Just got a bass, by the way.
Sha-na-na.
Kat's birthday was July 13th, and so I got her a bass for her birthday. She was mentioning it, saying that she wanted to play an instrument. We were mentioning how we didn't have a bass, and she wanted to learn to play bass. And I was like, dude, all right, it's a perfect gift. So.
And it's super cute and pink if you are not watching. It's like retro.
Yeah, it's a pink, yeah, almost like a retro pink Squire jazz bass.
Total rockabilly vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, and it came with a cool Fender amp that's like got some built-in EQs on it, and it's pretty awesome, honestly. It's like the slap bass and...
What's an EQ?
The equalizer.
Oh, equalizer, okay.
Yeah, it gives you some presets.
Yeah, it makes you sound cooler.
Yeah.
Than... Well, because it's... What I like about it is, one, I'm learning so many different things about, like, all the different sounds in a song, right?
Because it's hard. It's not easy. Like, you know, people think, like, let's form a band, and then they get together, and, it's not.
You have to, synchronize together.
Yeah.
You have to listen to each other.
You really feel, it's like a group therapy session.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you get together, and you just kind of enjoy each other's company. You feel the vibe, and you start playing, and then... Yeah, you kind of groove off of each other, and it's just a whole
That's when I'm
essence,
good. If I'm, like, feeling the music and, like, grooving and, like, and, like, hitting it and then, like,
it feels
grooving
good.
with you, it, like, feels good. If I start thinking too hard, I completely lose everything.
Yeah, and at first that's what you're doing. You're thinking about it because you want to make sure, like, I got to make sure I stay on, on beat,
it's, like,
and
kind
this,
of
that, and the other.
I don't know.
No, because everybody's done it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You make it seem like I'm a professional or something, and I'm not.
But you're
by
like
any means.
so better than me.
Oh, come on.
And you're teaching me a lot, actually.
No, I mean, and it's not. Thank you, but it's not. It's once you start to get behind it and play it, you
it's
really
about being comfortable,
right?
Kind of
and you have to, and that's what I was saying, like encouraging you to just play it when I'm not around, if and just get a feel for it or whatever, just
alone with the door locked.
I come home
in front of the mirror.
I come home and I'm like, is Les Claypool in our garage or something? What's been going on? So start
when
playing
I was
jams.
doing the ukulele, when I was gonna like try to learn that instrument, I did a lot more like time alone, and then when I was playing with you, I felt more confident. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you need to put all that aside.
I
don't
know.
worry
It's
about what I
hard,
think. I don't
though.
care. But it is. Yeah, I mean, it's not easy.
You know what it is?
It's not easy.
Fear, right? Like I'm fearful of not being good.
You know what?
But who
and
cares?
like Patrick Swayze said in Point Break. Okay.
Oh boy.
Hesitation causes fear, and fear will cause your worst fear to come true. No, damn it! I messed up the line. Fear causes hesitation, and hesitation will cause your worst fear to come true.
Okay,
I did that
so
all
don't
backwards.
hesitate.
Cut. Can we go back?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Keanu Reeves would be pissed right now if I got that wrong. Sorry. Anyway.
Oh, man. Well, speaking of actors and movies, what movie have we seen in this last week?
Well, we had a whole road trip. The last couple of weeks,
did.
we went on vacation back to California.
Right.
We went and saw family and friends. We did that for 2 weeks. So now we're back. Got back last Saturday, and here we are.
Back in the studio.
Back in the saddle. But yeah, so we, so over that time, I actually went, like I drove my kids out there, and Kat drove.
No.
What?
I flew.
You flew out there, with Jack.
Yep.
And so on the way back.
I don't like driving.
Yeah, she's not a big fan of the road tripping, but we're going to change all that. We're going to get, like, I don't know, the minivan that, like, floats and, like...
Does the minivan fly? 'Cause,
sure.
Yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah, let's do it. I don't know, maybe. Well, it could fly, but would be on the road and might get a ticket. So I don't know. But no. So on the way back, we went and saw the Top Gun movie, Maverick.
Yes.
And that was, everyone keeps raving about it.
Yeah,
It's like, all
everyone
right,
loves
so it's
it.
going to be good. And it really was. It was
Yeah.
well done. And I mean, it kept moving, like, because it would be like, all right, you meet all the characters. And all the characters are interesting. And one of them is the son of one of the characters from the previous movie,
That's
Goose.
cool. Oh,
the
Goose's
main
son.
character.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
his son. And so,
Which
and they
is
do a
the-
lot of flashback.
Goose died, right?
And
That's
Goose
the-
died in the
in
first one. It was
right.
Tom Cruise's best friend.
Right.
And they do a lot of flashback on it and stuff like that. And
I like that because
Yeah.
it brings the feeling of the
it ties the first one in,
Yeah,
and it doesn't
totally.
feel so standalone.
And so-
It feels like it's a lot thicker of a plot or a
like
storyline.
nostalgic.
Yeah,
You
you
get
know what
that
I mean.
like feel.
And they throw a lot of like scenes from the original in there too. It even has like a flash with Meg Ryan. I guess I can't remember. I forgot she played the wife of Anthony
Oh.
Edwards Goose in the
Oh.
movie. And so it even has a flash of her like sitting on his lap playing the piano. I'm like, Meg Ryan, like where'd they find the guy? What the hell has she even been doing lately?
Yeah,
It was
no
just kind of
kidding.
funny to see that in the middle of it. But
You got mail.
yeah, oh god, jeez. But no, yeah, I mean, it was good. It was great, and the story kept moving along, and
Was
all
there
the
a love
characters are
story?
great. Yeah, because there's one of the characters, Jennifer Connelly.
Uh-huh.
She is a love interest, and she actually, I guess they even like name checked it or whatever. And she's from the original, like, but she was only like mentioned or something real quickly. And it's not the same actress because she would have been like way too young.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of funny that they name checked everything, and it all pans out that it was someone from his past, and so
Oh, wow.
they get back together, and she's got like a child, and that was a cool little story too because it wasn't. I mean, it was. It played out slow. It didn't play like like a normal Hollywood thing where they go out and have a drink and go back and it was well done. I thought it was pretty well done. And then the action was great and the story was good and it kept moving along. They do like simulations, like okay, we need to do this. Wait, no, the the timeline's been dropped down to 2 weeks, so now we have to try and do it this way. And so the story kept moving and kept it interesting the whole way through. Even though a lot of people might think it's some crazy sort of action-filled movie, which it is. But it's not like, what people might think like a Fast and the Furious or something like that.
There's like meaningfulness behind it.
and I guess they fly F-18s in this movie.
And they really are doing it.
And they really had to train in these aircraft
what's
that's like what
impressive
Tom
to
Cruise
me.
is all about,
Yeah.
like the Mission Impossible movies. He does his own
does,
stunts and all that
yeah.
stuff. So once again, he's doing that here, and so does the rest of the crew. So all of like the footage you see is real footage, and so
That's
that
cool.
really adds to the story
Heck
because
yeah.
it's like, dude, these people are really like hitting those G's and they're doing all this stuff, and
Wow.
it was really interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
That's cool.
But
I'm glad you went to see it without me because I don't like Tom Cruise.
I know you're not a big Tom Cruise fan. I understand that. Everyone's got their thing.
But I
you
am
know.
impressed that he does his own stunts, and the idea of him failing is fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
No,
that's so
and
mean.
really, I mean, he's made
I don't
a few.
know. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong about him. I've heard that he's like crazy.
Well, he's got a few things that he said about people, like Brooke Shields. He mentioned how being a postpartum, you don't need
Yeah.
pills and you're weak, or he said some stuff, and it was like,
Yeah.
hey, wait, you shouldn't really be talking about that because you don't know what it's like.
You're a dude.
What it's like to feel like after you
Yeah.
give birth. Yeah, and you're a dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so it's just kind of like. I don't, a lot of people were really upset with that. And
Yeah.
then, he's a Scientologist and has done some
Yeah,
strange
and that
things
is
with
a
his wives and-
rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which I don't want to.
That's probably gonna
go
be-
down at the moment. But yes.
Yeah.
So so was that
But it
like-
was good.
So was Lady Gaga the soundtrack of
She
that
was-
movie?
yeah.
Like most of the movie, or like one song?
I don't even remember which song she did.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I
I know
heard that
that
she
she's a
did
part
this.
of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think it was more the music video where they, she's out in the airfield,
In the-
kind of
yeah.
doing the whole Berlin or Pat Benatar. I can't
Yes.
remember if
Which
it was
one?
by herself or with the group. But yeah, I think it was Pat Benatar. I don't know.
I think so too.
Tell me if I'm wrong, people.
Yeah,
Tell me
comment
if I'm
below.
wrong. But yeah, I don't remember. But they obviously Kenny Loggins originals in there at the beginning and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then instead of
See,
doing the volleyball
nostalgia.
scene, it's a football on the beach scene. Kind of like Point Break. Except their shirts are off. They're not in wetsuits.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, there you go.
Ladies, their shirts are off.
Their shirts are off.
May not be a Tom Cruise fan, but hey.
Yeah, some of those guys are pretty beefed up. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, all right, jeez,
Right
man.
on.
And they're really good characters. Like, one of the guys is just a real dick.
Yeah.
And he just does such a great job. And I saw an interview on, like, something. And he's, like, a really nice guy. It's like,
course.
okay, so you're a pretty good actor then. Because you pull that off so well,
Nice.
It's kind of funny. I like those kinds of actors, like John Lithgow. Like,
He
he
can
can
do
play
both,
that
yeah.
third Brock from the Sun all wacky. Or
Yeah.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah.
And then he can play this just conniving evil person like in
Yeah.
Cliffhanger with Sylvester
Yes.
Stallone. He did a great
Hey,
job.
that is a great movie.
Yeah, or Raising Cain was another good
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Totally.
Pretty
Speaking of
interesting.
old movies.
Yeah, they're doing and it's funny because I saw it in the Flagstaff Theater, and they're doing it here too. They're doing a 40th anniversary of Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Sha-na-na!
That would be awesome.
I want to go so bad. We're
That
totally
would
gonna
be
go.
so
And I want to
cool.
actually rent.
That's my
We
skull.
own.
We should. I think
If we
do.
don't,
If
we should.
Well, we probably have it on streaming here somewhere. If not,
Yeah.
we can get it.
For sure. I want to watch it before
Yeah.
we go.
That is a classic.
Oh, yeah. 40 years, though.
Yeah, 40th,
Stop it.
1982. That movie was made.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why like that movie was such like a success, because like those movies that were coming out in the 80s, they were all like the sex comedies. You know? It was
Yeah.
like Spring Break or like Bikini Hotel or something. Ski School or Hot Dog the Movie was one. It's like ski buddies and stuff like that. But like, so this movie comes out and it's got a little bit of raunchy to it.
Yeah,
for
sure.
They talk about a few things with carrots, but I mean, like this, it was just a really emotionally driven story with good comedy in it. It's like a Dazed and Confused almost,
Yeah.
And it was just interesting and well done. And it's interesting because the guy who wrote the movie, Cameron Crowe, I mean, he's gone on to do like Almost
he
Famous,
does yes.
Jerry Maguire with
Yes.
Tom Cruise, which is a good movie. We Bought a
Before he
Zoo.
was a freak.
We Bought a Zoo, which is a great movie.
Great
that's a
movie.
that's a good movie with
Totally.
Matt Damon. But he actually went
It's
undercover.
like a super feel-good movie.
That is. Oh, dude, I kept having tears in my eyes.
Yeah. I mean, it's like good and sad.
Yeah,
Good, sad.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
But-
he's a great director, for sure.
Yeah, and so he wrote this movie, and he actually went undercover as a high school student to kind of get some clarity onto how
Oh,
high
that's
school kids.
cool.
And so there's certain scenes that he put in there, like with the carrot, that he actually witnessed.
Please tell
when
me
he
the
was-
carrot scene. What's
Well,
the
it's the
carrot?
scene where Phoebe Cates' character is explaining to Jennifer Jason Leigh's character, because I think Phoebe Cates is a year older. So
Okay.
she's sort of taking her under her wing and going to show her around or something like that. They're like good friends.
Yeah.
But Jennifer Jason Leigh's character doesn't know how to give a blowjob. And so Phoebe Cates shows her how it's done with a carrot at lunchtime sitting at a lunch bench. And I guess Cameron Crowe like saw a girl do this
At
lunch.
school,
Yeah, while
at
he was
lunch.
undercover at lunchtime. And so like those are some of the scenes that he put in.
It's hilarious.
And it's like, oh my gosh, that's kind of funny that but
I
that
mean,
makes it more interesting,
But
you know,
I'm
'cause
going to
it's
tell
like
you,
real
like,
life.
girls talk about that stuff for sure.
As much as
But-
guys are like
yeah.
that, girls do the same.
Yeah, but
thing.
normally,
You guys are probably
like,
worse.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
like, behind closed doors normally, not, like, at the cafeteria where boys could watch us.
Well, yeah.
So
yeah.
that was, like, whoever did that was pretty gutsy.
Yeah, I guess pretty ballsy. That's for
You know
sure.
what I mean? But
Yeah,
yeah,
so we thought about seeing that movie. They're going to be showing that in the theater.
Yeah. And we
I
just
think
saw
it's
The
this
Fifth
weekend.
Element, which
Yeah.
was the 25th
I think it's 25th anniversary.
anniversary.
I think we said
so
the
now
20th.
it's kind of like becoming a thing where we're like watching anniversary.
I like these kind of old
yeah,
movies in the theater like that.
for
you know?
sure.
So it'd be kind of interesting to check this one out.
And I'm kind of like ADD when it comes to watching movies. I'm like fidgety.
Yeah, especially at home.
Yeah.
You know.
And so if
Stop
I
to
ever
go to the bathroom.
yeah,
Yep.
look at my phone.
Right.
Go wash the dishes. I don't know. I'm always getting up. But
Unless we're like watching it in bed, then it's
Then
kind
I'll,
of like,
like, lay down.
then we're more stationary.
yeah, totally. But I like going to the theater to see something I've already seen in case I do feel fidgety. I'm not missing anything.
Right.
Like,
Well, and even watching The Fifth Element, there were like tiny little things that I noticed, like, oh, I didn't realize that part.
when it's
or
bigger,
whatever. Yeah.
right?
You know what I mean?
And
It's
that's
just,
fun.
and it is all right there. It grabs your attention.
Is there
you know?
a drive-in movie theater around here?
There is. They
Okay,
have
we
one
need
still
to
in Fort
do
Worth
that when
at
it's not boiling.
Panther Island.
Okay, we need
Where
to
they
do
do that ice skating. I was showing you where they do the
Yes.
like right in there, yeah. Like where we rode our bike
Yes.
along the Trinity
Oh,
River.
okay.
It's like right in that area.
Okay. Well, I guess we
That'd
got
be
air
cool, too.
conditioning in the car. We should
Yeah,
go.
but don't you have to like? Oh no, I think now you actually just put it straight through your radio through your speakers.
Ooh.
Dude, that'd be awesome. And then we'll take like the mobile speaker and we'll use a Bluetooth and then we'll have like big ass treble and bass. That'd be awesome.
Surround sound for the whole
For
park.
everyone, free Wi-Fi speaker system on us. That'd be awesome. Get like the neighborhood
Because
involved.
I mean, it used to be that you put it in your
Yeah,
car
you like hooked it on your window or
Yeah,
something. It was like some
metal.
old metal speaker.
Yes.
Remember, I was telling you that the only drive-through theater that I ever went to when we were in Long Beach, we drove by it, and it's now like It's some of a car dealership and like a Carl's Jr.
Aw,
and Kmart and everything.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I
But
haven't
that's
been
where I
to
saw
drive-in.
Ghost.
Wow, yeah, with your sisters.
Yeah. The only one I ever saw. The only
I
movie
love
I ever
that
saw.
you remember that. And I have
funny.
to say, I love your sisters. They're so awesome. Especially shout out to Corone, who we got to hang out with on vacation.
That's right. What's up, Crony Baloney?
She's so awesome. And Ross.
And Ross is awesome.
And they need to move to Texas.
Yep. Well, I'm not sure what the, what the holdup is, but,
Yep.
we're waiting. No.
We want everybody to move to Texas. Please come join us.
Everyone should move to Texas, and in the summertime, we all gather up our money and move to, like, an island for 3 months.
Yeah.
And then we come back and live here.
Just a mansion with lots of air conditioning and pools.
Like, that's what we should do. We should develop, like, a spacesuit.
To live in.
Just like
in Texas.
an astronaut, like, hood with just air conditioning everywhere. Then it'd be like, boom!
Hey, women in menopause would buy that.
Hey, it would be better than that movie we just saw, Moonfall. That's for sure. That thing was awful.
Oh, Moonfall.
Don't ever watch Moonfall.
Fall is right.
Sorry,
Fall off
sorry,
your
Halle
seat
Berry.
in boredom.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I mean, Halle Berry's so cute, but it was not a very good
That was
movie.
a cash movie. It seemed
Yeah,
like
I
for
feel,
everybody
yeah. I mean, she's a great actress, so, like,
No,
there's
yeah,
nothing
she
bad
is.
about what she did or anything like that.
It's
but
just a horrible
It's just
story.
the movie and the story itself.
involved. Yeah.
I got lost, but again, I got up and did the dishes and did stuff. So
Well, it's
I'm
made by the
always
guy
like-
that did, like, Independence Day and Day
See, but I
After
like
Tomorrow.
Independence Day.
But at least, I don't know. Like, this one just didn't even have anything like that. It was
Jack's
just,
like, I'm so bored. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, even if Jack's
like a disaster
bored and it's a
movie, yeah.
disaster movie, I'm like, ooh, that's bad.
I know.
Did we buy it? Did we rent that?
We rented it. Yeah. Yeah. It was like $5-6 or something like that.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. It was like one matinee at the
Yeah.
movie theater, which is bad enough, but...
Yeah. I mean, I did stay awake for the whole thing, but I did walk in and out.
No, yeah, I was just kind of like, okay, what is this moon supposed to be all about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Don't
whatever.
even waste your time. Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
I did see Minions with Jack, and that was
Yeah.
fun. We saw Minions, and that
That's
was
right.
fun. And,
That looks pretty good.
there's like, and we want to see Thor still. We still have not seen that.
We still haven't seen
But
Thor.
listen to this story.
Oh, no. Okay. should
All
we
right,
tell the
you
story?
ready for this? Okay, we had a great vacation. We connected with our people.
Oh, yeah.
Loved on our mama.
It was awesome.
Yep. And obviously, I spoke with Dr. G while I was there, took the podcast to California with us.
Yep.
And did a lot of beach time, did a lot of grounding, did a lot of peaceful, relaxing, connecting. But there was one day.
One day.
This infamous day.
Ugh. Okay.
Go for it.
All right. So, I mean, it's not as crazy as it sounds. It wasn't like there was, like, Iraqi terrorists involved or anything.
No.
But we could add that. It'd be kind of interesting, but wouldn't go well with the story. But, like, okay. So, we wanted to, like, my thought was, and we've done this in the past, but apparently things have changed. Bus routes had been changed. So, like, we were going to walk down to 2nd Street, which is sort of the main street area there in Long Beach. We're going to take the city bus over to what's called the Aquabus. And the Aquabus pretty much takes you from one side of the Long Beach, essentially, all the way over to the other.
In the
by boat.
water. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool.
And it's
Start
super
you,
fun.
Yeah, from like pretty much the LA River or the San Gabriel River, I guess.
Yeah.
Seal Beach, pretty much,
Yeah.
all the way over to the Port of LA, pretty much. And it's where they have like the whole Pike area, and it's this area that they've redone, not even refurbished, completely redone.
Yeah.
It was a staple from the 30s. It was kind of something like Coney Island in
Yeah,
New
yeah.
York,
For sure.
And it has a roller coaster and all this stuff. Well, they've rebuilt it. Another roller coaster has a Ferris wheel. But anyway, so we're going to take the autobus from the city bus to the Aquabus, over to the Aquarium of the Pacific, which is a cool spot. It's like a SeaWorld, a little smaller SeaWorld or something like that.
Yeah.
And then from there, go get something to eat, maybe see a movie, something like that.
And ride a Ferris wheel.
And ride a Ferris wheel. So we're like, dude, full day. It's going to be awesome, So we walk down, we get on the bus, and we're on it, and the guy's like, this bus doesn't... Normally, one bus, the 126, would take you directly to the Aquabus. No, this wasn't... It doesn't do it. It's the 171. So we're going to have to take you across the street. You're going to have to get off, go over, across the street, diagonal, PCH in second, and wait for that bus. All right, so, we get off. We wait for the bus, like 20 minutes.
Yep.
Bus pulls up. We ask the guy, this one takes us to this destination, right, to the Aquabus? And he's like, no. And the passenger that was getting on is like, no, they cut that route. They don't do that anymore. I'm like, are
4
you
kids.
effing kidding me? Yeah, 4 kids.
4 kids, all these different
ranging from 8 to 16. Yeah.
Yeah, just like hyped up on adrenaline, trying to get there and excitement.
Right.
And just like everybody's turning us the wrong way. Nobody
Yeah.
knows where they're going. The passenger has to tell us what's happening.
And it's frustrating, too, because this is, like, where I grew up. Like, I feel like I no
Right.
longer... I feel
You don't-
foreign in the city that I grew up in,
Yes.
too, you know? You know
So
what I mean? I feel, like,
weird.
so out of my element. So
For
we're like,
sure.
okay, so now we have to pretty much walk. What would you say that was? Maybe 2 miles? A mile and a half?
No,
Not even that? Mile?
probably a mile.
Mile.
Yeah,
So we had to pretty much get a mile over to the Aquabus.
which is still a lot with 4 kids.
Yeah, and, like...
I'm
it was
like
15
piggybacking
minutes.
Amelia
Yeah.
because her legs are
We
hurting.
had, like, 15 minutes to get about a mile with 4 kids. To get
So
to
we
get the
start
Aquabus,
racing.
or we're gonna have to wait another 45 minutes. This is already turning into more of a trek than we wanted to. Yeah, so we start running. I got this big old backpack
Racing.
on.
I'm like holding Amelia and racing.
Yeah, I mean, we're like,
trying to make it fun with the kids.
yeah. You did
Trying
a
to
great
make-
job. Seriously, you did. So we get there. We get on the Aquabus, and we had stopped to go to the bathroom before that. From waiting, going to the Aquabus. So we get on the
It's
Aquabus.
been like
and
2
all right.
hours now.
Yeah, so we get on the Aquabus and we're like getting across and we're like halfway there, and then Sam's like, "Hey, Daddy, where's my phone?" I'm like, "Oh, it's in the backpack or whatever." Y'all look at the backpack, no phone. Realize that they forgot their phones at that second PCH bus stop area. Like, you gotta be kidding me. So we get all the way over to the other side of the aquarium, where the aquarium is. Me, Nathaniel, and Sam taking Uber back all the way across over
Where we started from.
where we started from. Tell the guy if he can wait for us and take us back. I gave him a $25 tip. So go all the way over. We get out of the car. We look for about 15, 20 minutes, talk to the security. I went into a couple of the local stores asking if anybody walked in with the phone. No one, because of these effing rocks that they wanted to jump on. I'm going to set the phones down and they forgot to pick them up. So, ask these businesses, no one's got anything. So we're like, dude, give them our numbers and just whatever. So we get back in the Uber, head back over. In the meantime, Kat's on the merry-go-round. No, I'm joking.
I wasn't, but I
I'm
had
not-
Jack and Amelia, and I made. You know what? I'll have to say. I
No.
will have to say though, Sam and Nathaniel went with you to support you.
Yes, they did.
We were both super patient.
Mm-hmm.
We both made it fun for them. They didn't feel the stress. I mean, maybe Nathaniel and Sam did, but the littles didn't. Like Amelia and Jack,
Right.
they were having ice cream and arcade
No,
games.
and I had
and
told
blah, blah,
Sam,
blah.
dude, don't worry about it. Everything,
We'll get
it's
a new
phone.
one. So really,
you know.
it was a learning lesson for our children to see us be patient and calm and how
Right.
to handle like big
And I had to catch
stress.
myself at certain moments.
So did
you know.
I. Trust me, I had to walk away.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
oh my gosh.
Holy Spirit. I'm like, the
Jeez.
Jesus is being tested in me.
I know, seriously. God.
But
So
I'm
the-
proud of us, though.
Yeah.
We did it. We handled it.
Well, and we're
So-
not even done yet, right?
No, we still have to get phones.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, yeah.
Oh, with the story.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yes,
so we ended
yeah.
up going back with the Uber, and so that took what, about an hour, I guess. I mean, it was a good.
Yeah,
solid
it was an hour or longer. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So we get back and then meet up with you guys. We decide to go get something to eat at Islands.
Yep.
Which is down there at the Pike, and
And
it's a cool
favorite
restaurant.
island.
Yeah,
Or
and
favorite restaurant. Excuse
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
for all the
Nathaniel had been
kids.
wanting to go. Amelia and
Yeah.
everyone. Yeah, everyone wanted to go. It's a great burger spot. It's like a Hawaiian.
We're gonna
kind
save
of
the day at
feel.
Islands.
Exactly. Let's go eat.
Yeah.
So we go get something to eat. Excuse me. Pardon me, did you hear that little grumble? Cat burp, not me.
Oh, shame.
I'm joking. Well, nothing really specifically happened to me, but I guess like you had come in from outside and some like drunk lady like.
She was like super drunk, and she opened the door, like kind of stumbled, pushing the door out, and so I just grabbed like the top part to walk in, and she's like, "You're welcome." I'm like, "Oh, whoa, okay, thank you." Yeah, that's what I said. I said you're welcome, and I was like, "Okay, thank you." Like oh my gosh, but she was so wasted.
Stella.
Yeah, she was so wasted. I must have like triggered her. Like, I look like somebody she knows she doesn't like or something. I
Yeah.
have no idea. But I was like, I am super nice and would totally say thank you. Like, chill out.
Yeah.
But anyway, the
Yeah.
food was good and everything
Yeah.
else went well.
Right.
Again, the kids had a super great time.
Yeah. So we were like, sitting there at the table, like, you know what? I'm gonna get on our Fandango app here.
Yep.
And I'm gonna get us some tickets for the Thor movie. Why not?
Save the day with a movie.
Boom! Go see Thor, and we'll,
Yep.
cap the day with popcorn and whatever, right?
Candy.
Yeah. I'll just totally
And
juice
more
them
ice
out.
cream.
And then wonder why they won't go to sleep. Funny.
Yeah.
Parenting 101. So, right, okay. We leave the restaurant. We walk over to, because the restaurant and everything's just right there in that area. I think we went to the Ferris wheel first, right?
Yeah, we did. We rode the
Before
Ferris
we
wheel.
ate?
Yeah.
Yeah, before we ate. So, we had a good little, got the Ferris wheel. It took a minute because the guy was, like, kind of strange.
Yeah, that
operating
was
it.
kind of a weird.
And then he, like, walked away for a minute and kind of just left us there, like, hanging,
the
like,
whole
literally
day,
up in the air.
I want to say it must have been like a full moon.
Yeah, seriously.
Something
we'll have to
was
look back
going
on the
on.
calendar and see if there was, like, some, because
Because
everybody
that guy was
somewhat
super weird.
And then you remember, like, in the park area, like, those kids were being chased by the cops.
Yes.
There was, like, all kinds of crap going on everywhere. It was just like,
We should
okay,
not have
am I,
left
like,
the
totally
house.
wigging out? Like, did I just do, like, shrooms and not know it or something? It was just like, what is going on? This feels like it's like we're watching Free Guy
Yes.
or something. You know what I mean? It's like this guy's doing this over here, and then so it's
Yeah.
like, okay, where's Ryan Reynolds in the?
Yeah, where's
I
the-
like stuff phrases. And I was like, what the hell's going on? So we're like, so we go to the movie theater, and show them, and mind you, I've got like maybe 1% on my phone. And I have to show them my
yes,
phone.
yes,
To
yes.
get show them the tickets or
remember
whatever. Luckily, show them the tickets. Boop. They pop up. He goes to hand them to me and then stops and goes, "Oh wait, your backpack's too big." Like what? And mind you, I've been wearing this backpack all day because we've been walking around with the kids, water, things of that nature. So I'm like, and it was a nicer backpack too. What's the brand? Swiss.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like a nicer backpack. It was for the road trip. So it's got all kinds of compartments. It's big. You know what I mean?
We
It's
got
not
4
a
kids
small
and we were on the bus.
little
Yeah.
Dan's hip bag, or it's not a European carry-all like in Seinfeld. So he's like, I can't. Your backpack's too big. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? He like points to a sign, like, it's got a picture of a bag on it. I think it said 10 by 10 or something. Like,
Gotta match
okay.
that.
Like, I don't, like, yeah, it can only be like that big. Like, well, I mean, why? Why is that? Like, oh, it's
Could
our
not
policy.
answer.
Couldn't answer the question at
Nope.
all. It's our
Because
policy.
they say
I
so.
mean, but why? Okay, so it's your policy. Why? I mean, is there, like, do you want to look inside the backpack, make sure I don't have
No,
any
sir.
outside drinks or fireworks or guns? Or
Yeah.
whatever it might be, you know what I mean? Or do you want me to leave my backpack with you? Or do you want me to buy the backpack a ticket? And it can sit next to me and I can, like, give it a nudge on the shoulder,
Nothing.
like, you're my buddy. I mean, like, what do you want me to
You're
do?
my buddy.
I'm sorry, you just can't bring it in. We don't have a car. We can't put it in a car, I mean, I can call that Uber guy and see if he wants me to put it in there. But,
Ugh.
I mean, nothing we
So
can...
$90 in tickets.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
no reason
We
behind it
left.
at all. They just, like, there's no reason
They
behind
had no reason.
it. It's like, please
Corporate-
explain something.
Corporate said so.
Yeah, corporate said so.
That's it.
I mean,
Corporate said so.
all I wanted was like, it's, someone tripped on the backpack. It's the
I
McDonald's
don't even know if
coffee
they
was
know.
hot.
I mean, they've never. Well, obviously they didn't know why.
Well, the manager was like 21 years old. He probably could barely drink, and he's like trying to tell me that they're off the policy. Like, if you could just tell me what's in the policy. Like, because why can't I
Very
bring the backpack if
frustrating.
you knew if there's nothing in it or anything like that?
Or
Like,
buy
why?
a seat. Like, why
Yeah,
can't
I mean,
we
I'll
buy
put
a
it in a
seat
seat. I mean,
for
my
that?
backpack might like Thor. I don't know. I just don't get. It was just
Yeah.
so frustrating. So
I
yeah,
know.
so we were like, dude, give us our money back. And then there was like 3 people waiting right there, like we were gonna do something, like
They all came up, but we're
Swarm,
loud
swarm.
talkers.
Yeah, and we
so
are
when
loud
I hear
talkers.
you talking, I'm like, maybe we sounded
Well,
like we were
yep.
gonna get violent.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I don't know.
We're
Do I
very
sound-
loud. La, la, la,
I know. I mean,
bunch
I guess
of
I
white
can-
crazy people at the front desk.
I mean, I know. Yeah, right. Exactly. Swarm.
Swarm them. They've
Get
got
them.
a backpack.
Yeah, there's a backpack, and the guy is white. He has Vans on and no socks. Just remember this, people. Those people are crazy. It just didn't make any sense. I don't know. It was just
Anyway,
funny. But
so
were
we
loud.
went home.
Yeah, so we ended up back
That was our
on the
own-
bus, and we got yogurt.
And
went
that
home.
was cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
We ended
there
on a kind of a mellower note.
It was like up, down, up, down, up, down.
It was like the squiggly line on Charlie Brown's shirt.
You can't have a perfect vacation.
No, without like.
You've got to have something. Obviously, this is the day. This is what we talked about the most. We didn't talk about our 8 days of fun.
Right.
We spent most of the podcast
Going
talking about the
nuts,
one
or
day
going
that
to
was
the
horrible.
beach, or playing with Chris. Yeah, no, we're just talking about the one day. It's kind of like your boss, like remembering the one thing you did wrong, but nothing you did right. It's like that's what we're doing to our own memories. Like, wait a second. Okay.
It was definitely like there was a full moon or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was interesting.
But
that is for sure.
but other than that, it was like the most beautiful vacation.
It
and
was.
for me, I was thankful to fly in and out because it was only 2.5 hours. But
Yeah.
you enjoy road tripping, and so do the
I
kids.
do,
So
and they do, and I even ask the kids, like, you guys enjoy doing this, right? I mean, if you don't, we can just fly, or, whatever, we have a little bit more to work with, And then, no, I like the road trip. We like it. I'm like, all right, well, Kat's going to hate you saying that, but okay.
hey, you know what? I will just fly every year.
I mean, yeah, we can always figure it out. But it is cool. I mean, it's very, and obviously, like, if you're behind the wheel, it's a little bit different than if you're just sitting in a passenger seat or
sick.
something. Yeah, and then if it's
I'm
tough for you to look at a phone while you're
for
doing
2
that.
days.
Yeah. And I can
And
understand
that sucks. And then I want to eat because I'm nauseous. So if I eat, that
Yeah.
feels better. So then
Yeah,
I gain
yeah.
10 pounds in 2 days, and I'm sick, and now I'm irritated.
But it's all, excuse me, but it's all like those little things, like, like we stayed in Flagstaff.
Yeah,
And in the
so I
morning,
missed
on the way
that.
out there, we stayed at this Monte Vista Hotel. Now, this is known for, like, back in the day, it was built in, like, 1908, something like that, and it's got a long history. And a lot of movie stars, like John Wayne and Michael J. Fox, and even Robert Englund, Freddie Krueger.
Yeah.
And then, like, I mean, a lot of older stars as well, They'd all stayed at this place, like, traveling through, making a movie, things like that, because John Wayne used to make a lot of these westerns out in that area, too, so I guess he
Yeah.
would use that hotel. And then it also has a lot of ghost stories
Yeah.
to go along with it, So the kids were excited about it, so that's what we did. And we stayed in the governor's suite. There was even Bob Hope's suite was like right across the way, and Eric Reynolds, I don't know if you saw his comment
Yeah,
on
I saw that. You
Instagram.
should have stayed there.
Dude, you should have stayed. I was like, why didn't I think about that? I should have. That would have been perfect. I think I'd said that story before, that I got
I was,
lost
like,
in a
praying.
golf course and Bob Hope found us.
Yes.
But
I was praying the Holy Spirit over you guys that you would not be
tempted. Well, and that's what was creepy, because Friday
just
night when
affected by any ghost.
Well, no, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because the night that we got there, it's 4 stories, and then there's a 5th floor, or it goes up to a 5th floor that's blocked off.
Yeah.
And dude, like,
Dun, dun, dun.
and it was, and I mean, this is probably about 11 o'clock at night, and me and Amelia had walked up the stairs after, like, spending, like, it's right in downtown. So me and Amelia, the boys are upstairs on the phone. Me and Amelia were just walking around a little downtown area. You got some ice cream.
Yeah.
She got you that's
Yeah.
where she got you the thing for your birthday,
Hair, yeah.
And like all this little stuff. And we went back up there and went up that staircase. And at the 4th floor to go up to the 5th, oh, dude, I got a vibe. It was just like,
You could just feel.
I could feel, and I could tell, like, my whole body was like, do not take another step. I mean, it was just like that kind of feeling, like, nope. Because usually I'm the type of person that's
I can
like,
feel that.
dude, like no,
you're
no.
gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, like, I am that person that's like, no, let's check it out. Like I am the idiot that's like, oh, there's a tornado outside. What's it look like? Like, I'm that stupid guy. You know what I mean? So, but I was
I'm
seriously.
like that too with tornadoes, but not with spirits.
Well, and yeah,
Nope.
this, and maybe I didn't think,
No.
and maybe I thought of myself in a different manner than I really am. But yeah,
Yeah.
I was just like, nope.
Nope.
It was just like, come on, Amelia, let's go. Like, I took a photo.
Did she feel it too?
I
could
know.
feel it just looking at that photo.
I mean, yeah, because I was like, nope, yep, and I just,
Yeah.
I didn't even ask her. We just turned around and left.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm glad we're.
And
2
then
floors
didn't
down.
somebody come up and like ask you, like, sir, are you part
are
of the
you
hotel?
Are you guests of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had cameras everywhere. Because apparently a lot of people try and get up there for the ghost stories and stuff, Because it says that, like, if you're going into the elevator in the lobby or up the 1st floor before the first landing, it says if you're not a guest, you can't go beyond this point and all that. And so it was like, wow, okay, so there's a lot of people that try
because it's known. It's
Yeah.
on like a ghost show or something.
Yeah, I guess it was on Ghost Hunters or
Yeah.
Mythbusters or Ghost Hunters.
I mean,
one
I
of those
kind of would
shows.
like to see that show.
Yeah, I want to see that episode.
I like watching ghost stories and people trying to talk
See,
to
and
ghosts
that type
and
of stuff, like, I would love to go through, like, but
No,
at that point,
never.
I'm like, I'm not even prepared. Where's my photon blaster? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I need my, Ghostbusters suit before I like decide to do something like that. But those little things are what I liked. You know what I mean? Like you get to stop and see those little things. And in the morning, like I woke up and the whole downtown area was bare. Like I was walking around, I couldn't even get a cup of coffee because the coffee shop wasn't even open yet. Like it was so cool, and there was just, like one person was maybe running.
See,
and,
now that makes
it was
me
cool.
sad. I wish I was there for that.
I wish you were there for that. Like in that moment, I was like, man, dude, we could totally just be own this downtown right now. There isn't even I could walk in the middle of the street. It was just like a barren wasteland. It felt like for like 30 minutes.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah,
so
it was awesome.
There are pieces of the road trip that I wish I was a part of, but...
So then how about this? How about you fly into Santa Rosa,
I was
and
gonna
then
say,
fly into Flagstaff, and then fly
screw Santa Rosa, okay? There's
Santa Rosa,
nothing
there isn't much there.
Sorry, no hate.
Yeah, no disrespect, people
but
in Santa Rosa.
there really is nothing to do there at all.
No.
There's nothing.
They have a blue hole, and they developed that little, like they call it like a water park now. Remember the year before where they started building all those flotation stuff?
Okay.
I guess it's now like a water park.
Okay, well, good. They're doing something.
So they have a little bit more out there, but it really is. It's like
Yeah.
you go there for 4th of July to hang out by this little pond, and that's it.
Yeah.
They don't even have a movie theater.
Yes, that's what I'm
looking
saying.
it up. It was like 85 miles away.
Oh, my goodness.
Nearest Target or a Walmart, it was like 50, 60,
well, where's the
70
nearest
miles away.
airport?
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
Desert.
You can't fly into Santa Rosa.
That's like something out of Stranger Things. You like pull into like Skip's, hangar or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, we are going to be interviewing some people at our church next week.
Yes.
And Compass Church. And we have some good news, but we're not allowed to talk about it yet. About maybe a particular celebrity appearance on our show.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we might be able to talk to a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah, a
Quite
retired
possible.
one.
Yeah,
but we don't want to like put the name out there just in case something happens where it
Yeah.
doesn't actually happen. But we're really super excited
Because we got a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
That's right.
Who works behind the guy
Who
who said he
loves
owes him a
us
favor
guys.
and loves us guys and is cool with us guys.
Yeah.
And so this guy might be able to be hanging out with us guys.
Exactly.
Guy.
Oh my gosh.
Hey my gosh. Oh, don't you know?
Oh, don't you know? Okay, so that is happening next week, and we're super excited about it. And we are still in our healing season, so I would like to kind of shift gears here and talk about the Jesus calling that had happened to you. Yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
That was like really impactful.
Yeah, and it really, it
just like really spoke to you, and I feel like that.
I like those moments,
Yeah, it's like a God moment.
Sometimes they're like right in front of your face, and they're easier to recognize and like admire and just appreciate. Other times you do have to kind of look between the lines,
But then you can pray, Lord. Please, Lord, let me see all your goodness. Open my eyes. Open my eyes to your faithfulness.
Right.
So you can see these things. And then when you do, it's like, oh my goodness, this like feels so good. So there was a Jesus calling that he was reading the other day, and he had stepped out. He'd finally gone back to work from our vacation.
Yeah. I went back to work after 2 weeks on Monday. To a broken window.
Yeah.
Some drunk girl decided to walk down the street at 4 o'clock in the morning on Sunday and throw a rock through the window. Double pane glass, so it didn't break the other side.
I was gonna say she must have been like strong.
Yeah, it was double pane. It only broke one side, but
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big rock. I mean, it was like softball, and it was a good size. Yeah, I mean, and she had drunk strength.
Drunk strength.
That's
a thing.
She walloped
totally
it.
A thing.
Because she walloped it and then like did the whole kind of bent over for a second like she was almost gonna fall. It was just like, oh my god.
Because they have cameras, so he could see what happened.
Well, it's just crazy to me. Like this girl's walking around at 4 o'clock in the morning, like she could have been murdered or anything.
Yeah.
It's just, jeez, dude. It's crazy.
So after handling that, you walked outside and spent a moment.
Yeah, so I was like, dude, okay, yeah. Like, Jesus, I need some calling.
Yeah.
So I got on the Jesus line. No, okay, so I opened this up, and this was yesterday, so I mean, it was the day. It wasn't like I was searching for anything. I just opened it up to July 25th, which is yesterday.
Yep.
And this is what it said.
Well, what was happening?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So the title is called As You Listen.
Yes.
So, as you listen to birds calling to one another, hear also my love call to you. Now, as I start reading that, the birds have just been going off above me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, and they're like loud. Like when I started to even read, I was like, God, those things are loud.
So you
know?
like recognize
like,
the birds before you open the app.
Right. Well, no, I mean, like as I was going, like as you listen, like just like
as,
starting
like,
to
as
read.
it was actually happening.
Yeah, like boom. I'm just like, dude,
as
those
you
birds are
listen
loud.
to the birds and you
then I'm
read
like,
that.
as you listen to those birds are loud. Wow, that's weird. You know what I mean? So it was just like, whoa, what?
It's crazy.
So, okay, so it goes like this. So it says, as you listen to birds calling to one another, hear also my love call to you. I speak to you continually through sights, sounds, thoughts, impressions, scriptures. You know, I mean, it's like, what? Dude, that's awesome. There is no limit to the variety of ways I can communicate with you. Exactly. Your part is to be attentive to my messages in whatever form they come. And I'm like, dude, okay, well,
that was
if
a
that's
message.
not clear, and maybe, he was, I don't know, maybe at this point God was like, dude, Drew, hey, buddy, wake up, come on.
Yeah.
Knocking on my head. Oh, when you set out to find me in a day, you discovered that the world is vibrantly alive with my presence. You can find me not only in beauty and bird calls, but also in tragedy and faces filled with grief. I can take the deepest sorrow and weave it into a pattern for good. Search for me in my messages as you go through this day. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with your whole being. Oof. And and even in tragedy with grief, you know. I mean, you got to look for, You
got to look for the goodness out of the
right,
chaos,
and I really do feel like, this is one of those things where, like, the message to me, too, like, not only hearing the birds calling, but to me, that was, like, more of a symbol, like, we're on the right path, and then, like, hearing, like, your grandmother tell us that, Lord, point their podcast in the right direction, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, do what you want them to do with it in the right fashion that you deem fit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what that kind of, like, said to me, was like, I mean, like, we are blessed with some things here lately, you know what I mean? We just had a great vacation, and then even the podcast, I mean, we're kind of starting to build a little bit momentum. We have this men's conference, and we get to possibly interview this guest speaker, and we have some ideas about what we want to do with music and interviewing some bands. Maybe we'd like to do that in the future as well, you know? And talk about people submitting some songs that we can play out at the end of the show, Yes. But like all these ideas and thoughts
DM us
and
with your
starting,
best song.
Yeah, exactly. But really, all those things are starting to sort of come into fruition. Some have already come into fruition, and I feel blessed. I really do. I feel like God is finally like, and there's always that feeling like, all right, so what's gonna happen? Yeah, what's around the corner?
Where's the storm?
That's my life. Come on, you know what I mean?
But as a Christian, we know that there is ups and downs and suffering and
just
good
like
and
the
bad
day
and
that we had on Friday.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might span out over having a great month and then a horrible week and then a great couple of weeks
but what
and then
does
a horrible
God say?
day.
What are you supposed to do when that's happening?
Well, you got to look for His message through all of it.
And thank Him in the
And that
hardness.
is where, like, I'm really starting to learn to stop and recognize Him more. And not try and do it on my own. I mean, you read and you hear these things and you talk about them with your significant other or your pastor or your parents or your friends, where, you're supposed to think about Him and what would Jesus do and how should you act in these times of, frustration or anger or, or whatever. And it's hard to recognize that as much as we can sit there and have it hammered into us as a child. It doesn't matter. I mean, we still always go to our basic roots, which is just get angry and get frustrated. And, when we really do stop and start to build that pattern,
it to God.
You really do feel better. I mean, as much as it, when you're like super pissed off and all you want to do is just say the F word and shit left and right, you know what I mean? But you stop and go, okay, Lord, all of a sudden you find yourself
like if you ask for His peace, He will give it to you.
Yeah.
But Jesus is a gentleman.
Right.
So you got to ask for it.
And you have to ask
for the patience when you're having a rough day
like
and
that. I was just going to say that. You have to ask for the
God.
You have to ask for the patience because it doesn't
you
always
have to.
You can't be so upset and angry and go, God, get this anger and frustration that it just melts away.
Yeah,
sometimes it takes a minute.
Try.
Sometimes, He wants you to sort of, hey man, You need to go through this little bit here for you to learn how to develop
push that
your
rock.
own way of getting out of this yourself, or, learning to rely on me, And so it's kind of like, that's what I took from it.
Yeah.
It was like,
100%.
man, I really need to just kind of focus on that more and just realize that whether it's good or bad, God's teaching me something, and I need to rely on him more and just thank him more for the small things.
Yes.
Just the small thing. Being able to get up this morning.
Yes. I mean,
having the ability to pick out a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
One color over the other. There's people who don't even get to do that. Open up a closet and there's a bunch of different shirts I can wear.
Yeah. I mean, physical things, but, I think of, like, emotional things.
Well, no, yeah, of course.
That just are free, but costly when it comes to, like,
we take a lot of things for granted
your
in
own
our life.
energy. Yeah, sure. And I just feel like there's lots of power in the Holy Spirit if you ask for grace.
Yeah.
Ask for the grace. Because grace comes from God.
Well, and like it does say
Does
as
not
well,
come
I
from
mean,
you.
it's like you have to be all in. And I remember my mom going through this. She was a single mother raising 5 kids. And I mean, we lived in a bad area. And I mean, we would come back from a Wednesday night program at church because it didn't matter no matter what. Didn't matter if we had low on gas or whatever. We went to church.
Yeah.
And came back from a Wednesday night program. There were groceries. I remember sitting on the front porch. And she like started crying. And I'm like, why are you crying, Mom? I'm like, 7.
You're little.
And then I looked over and saw it. I was like, oh. You know what I mean? Like, and it was just because people.
And you were on the receiving end, and
Right.
that,
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of money at all, and so, but
you that's a standout memory for you.
Yeah, well, because I remember too later on in life, my mom telling me that, I remember right before that happening was really my first moment where it was like, all right, God, if this is where you want me, I'll be. If you want me to raise these 5 kids on my own and have little money to do it, and if this is what you want me to go through in order to figure out where I need to be through you, then I'll do it.
That's how you have to humble yourself. That's it. That's it.
I mean, she really just surrendered herself,
Beautiful.
and she, and then all of a sudden, these
God
like groceries on the porch, and she met my stepdad.
It'll
And
surprise you, like,
And that's the thing, like sometimes you don't even realize, like, oh wait, that was like a prayer answered.
Yeah.
And you don't even realize.
And you gotta like have gratitude for it.
Yeah.
We're getting a little long in the tooth here, friend.
Now, a word from our sponsor, Catherine Pardee. Talking about the sacral. It has something to do with sex, so I was interested.
Right, party people. So we are moving on to our next chakra. We did our roots, which is our first chakra. And now we are moving to our sacral. That is your second chakra. The sacral is, if you could find your belly button, it's right below your belly button. And it actually goes all the way through to your lower back. Okay, so if you remember, the root chakra is the first part of the spine. Now we're looking at the sacral, and it's going to be the second part. So what does this part of our body hold for us in our energy centers? This is your creativity, your sexuality, your emotions, your way you can express yourself if you feel shame or guilt. That lies there too. So I feel, I feel loved and worthy when, fill in the blank. I feel most creative when I'm, fill in the blank. How about I feel ashamed or upset or frustrated when I blank. So it's good here in this chakra to help open it up. You could do like hip circles, left and right, and then focusing your attention. You do this sitting down and putting your feet together and having your legs open, and then circle as well. But putting attention to energetically to this area to kind of shift it around. Let's say you're going through something emotionally or you're feeling shame and guilt. You need to spend a little time in this area. So you put your hands on your back and on your front And again, in this series, there are lots of meditations you can look up online. But for just for Let's Party, let's do the 4 breaths in, the 4 breaths hold, and then the 4 breaths release. Okay? So let's put our hands, let's even rub them together. Create a little friction, a little heat. Close your eyes and put your hands on your lower belly and feel. And we're asking the Holy Spirit to come in with our breath and clear any blockages in our sexuality, in our creativity, in our emotions, and in our feelings. Okay, so we're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and release for 4. Please join me. Here we go. Hold. Release. Bringing in that ball of light into the space, really shining up the front and back part of your sacral. Breathing in that light. Here we go. Hold. Release it. We're going to do it one more time. What do you need to breathe in specifically for you? Are we breathing in creativity? Are we breathing in intimacy? Are we breathing out shame? Are we breathing out guilt? You name it, you call it. Last one, here we go. Breathing in. Hold. And let it out. Honestly, it's a head change if you just do it 3 times. If you spend 10 minutes in this space with yourself, manifesting your creativity, what is it you need to work on? Foretell it, see it, project it, feel yourself manifest it, right? Maybe you're stuck and you don't feel intimate with your partner, or you're not feeling sexual at all, and it's really, maybe it's hurting your marriage, or there's something going on. There could be some blocks here. Do some hip rotations, do some hip opener work. Google different meditations in this area.
Feelings.
Creativity, sex. I mean,
Strangers in the night.
That's a fun chakra, right?
Yeah.
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 One of my favorites.
Yeah, I think I said that too in the intro.
Yeah. All right, what kind of punk rock are we leaving with?
All right, so we thought, in the essence of the 40th anniversary of like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, the 80s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We would do a little song, like a song from sort of that era. Everyone's probably heard of the band The Kinks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you really got me now. You got me so into it.
Yeah.
And then they also did a song called "Come Dancin'."
Yeah.
Everybody come dancing. Well, there's this band we thought, it's Let's Party, Prayer, and Punk Rock, right?
Yep.
So we thought that we'd do a cover version of that song. It's a punk rock version. It's by a band called Good Riddance. I don't think that we mentioned them before. I think maybe in jest or something like that. But they're on the Fat Records label. They're from Santa Cruz, like some of these other bands we playing. They're all from Santa Cruz. They're up north.
All fat.
And they've got more of a harder edge to them, but they got a lot of melodic sound to them as well.
Yeah, I like it better than the original.
Yeah. I was playing both of them. We were both kind of like,
this one's better.
This one's better. So we thought we'd leave you guys with this song. This is Good Riddance doing a cover of the Kinks' "Come Dancin'." You guys have a great night, everyone.
We love you.
Before that, they put up a bowling alley on the side that used to be the local valley. That's where the big bands used to come and play. My sister went there on a Saturday. Come dancing, and all the boyfriends used to come and call. Why not come dancing? It's only natural. Another Saturday, another date. She would be ready, but she'd always make him wait. In the hallway, in anticipation. He didn't know the night would end up in frustration. He'd end up blowing all his weight did. I took her to the bed on my midnight, and my mother used to stay up and wait. It always ended up in a big row, and my sister used to get home late. Out my window, I can see them, two silhouettes saying goodnight in the moonlight by the garden gate. The day they knocked on the valley, my sister stood and cried. The day they knocked on the valley, part of my childhood died. Just like there's a pub up where the father used to stand. My sister's married and she lives on an estate. The daughters go out and I with her turn to waste. She doesn't get away with things she never could. But if I asked her, I wonder if she would. Come dancing to my sister's house.